The first thing that you could say about being from Brooklyn as just like a rapper and shit, like, you know, all like, it's a bunch of great artists from Brooklyn, like Mos Def, Biggie, and shit like that. So coming from that lineage of artists really like influenced me to like hold myself to a certain standard, like with lyrics and stuff. Like I placed a lot of importance on lyrics as well as like flow and shit. And I feel like artists from Brooklyn specifically like are like very like paramount in like, you know, that area of rap music. Like even like, you know, switching into something like Pop Smoke, you feel me? Like not the most quote unquote lyrical, but like the flow and the vibe that he gives when he's on the track. I feel like that's something that's unique to just like, you know, Brooklyn, New York. So I feel like that kind of comes forward in like, you know, the shit that I do as well. So yeah. And also just like, you know, I shout out Brooklyn a lot in my raps and shit. So, you know, you gotta be proud of where you're from and shit, you know. I think it's just like me being a nerd about like music and shit, like hip hop, you feel me? Like, I think it just comes down to what you personally like. And like, I like all types of music, you feel me? But like, I don't know, I think you know, niggas ask like, what's your favorite part, making the music or performing it? Like, I feel like a big part of my process creatively is writing. And so like, since I love writing so much, I like writing and shit, reading and shit, like lyrics is like, you know, the rap corollary to that. So, you know, I guess that's why my shit is lyrics forward. Yeah. Like I want to just be cliche and say like Madlib or some shit. But you know, yeah, like it's artists I grew up listening to. Probably Mos Def, like Yasin Bey, like probably is like one of the top artists that I would want to work with, just like on some, you know, creative shit. It don't gotta sound no type of way, but like, you know, that's probably, I can't even imagine what it would sound like, but I feel like, you know, that's an artist that I feel like kindred spirit with as far as just like music and like, you know, politically and shit. So like, I think it would sound crazy and Madlib could make the beat, you feel me? If you see this, you know what I'm saying, hit my DMs. I would say consistency. Like if you are like an album-minded type of person, I would say like have a message, you know what I'm saying, and like be consistent in that messaging. I think that's a very important part of success as an artist because, you know, especially in like this modern fandom culture and shit, like a lot of, you know, you're under a microscope and a lot of fans, like if you say one thing and you act a certain way, you portray yourself a certain way, you gotta like hold yourself to that standard. So I would say just like know how you presenting yourself and stay consistent to that. And if you're gonna change it, you gotta be strategic about how you do it, you know what I mean? So yeah, I would say just like be yourself, stay true to you, and stay consistent. That's the key. That's what niggas always say, but it's facts, bro. It's really facts, so.